Oh, I'm started. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys have something fun planned for this weekend. I'm talking about legal entities. Okay, before I get started on when do you need a new legal entity, I just wanted to say thanks for everyone that sends me questions. On my videos, when you send me questions, I learn more, you learn, and it just makes me basically a much smarter person. Hi, everyone, thanks for watching. So currently I'm enrolling for my consultant financial boot camp, which starts on September 4th. So that's right after the Labor Day holiday, right after you have some fun and getting ready to get recharged and energized for Q4. As of right now, I have 4 seats filled. I'm gonna count number 4 actually. Before I'm counting number 4 a little ahead of time, but that's gonna happen by the end of today. So by the end of today, I'm gonna have 4 seats filled. So I'm super excited. So thanks for all the support. If you have a question or a topic that you want me to present on, go ahead and send it to me and I'll be happy to answer those questions and present on the topic. As I said, that when you ask questions, I'm happy to answer, and it actually makes me much smarter. So thank you for all your questions, and I'm hoping that the information that I'm providing is helpful to you. So for today, as I mentioned, that I'm gonna talk about hi, Sanaya. When do you need a new legal entity? And there are several reasons why legal entities are important. And the first one is for legal protection, because legal entity, legal protection. And what this does is it protects you against any legal claim from your clients, your customers, or any third party who decided they wanted to come after you for something. So no matter how small you think your business is or what you're doing, as long as you're collecting money from anyone, as long as you're collecting money in exchange for products or services, go ahead and get a legal entity established. This is a guaranteed way that you can protect your personal assets. You don't want anything happen in a business transaction and people are coming after your personal assets, because that's basically what happened. So if you are just getting started, or if you've been in business for a while and you don't have a legal entity established, for whatever reason, maybe you just haven't gotten around to it yet, you're operating as a sole proprietor, let's go ahead and cut that out and go ahead and protect our personal assets, protect our own personal life, and be smart about it, and get your legal entity formalized. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not going to get into all the legal detail stuff, but that's one of the number one reasons is for legal protection, that you want to protect yourself, your personal assets, because you don't want anyone to come after you personally based on a business transaction where someone is not happy and so forth. And trust me, this happens all the time. If you've been in business for a while, you'll understand that there's disagreements and something. Some of them get blown out of context. Some of them people get mad really easily because of, could be even stupid things in your mind, and things that can be resolved very simply, but you just don't know different people temperament and so forth. So you want to make sure that you protect yourself. And I'm going to say it again, you want to make sure that you protect yourself. Hi, George. The second reason why you need a legal entity is for different businesses. If you have different lines of businesses, the big guys do it, so I'll recommend that you should do it as well. That, say for instance, that you have your consulting business and you decided that you want to make some real estate investments. Well, you're not because you have a legal entity for your consulting business doesn't mean that you're gonna start acquiring your real estate transaction under your consulting. Ileana, hi, how are you? under your consulting business. So, so you would need a new legal entity for that separate business. And the reason for this is legal protection as well, that you don't want one issue from one business to spill over into the next one. So one of the reasons that you look at, what type of risk does each business have that you have? If you have like separate businesses, what type of risk does each of these businesses have, to see if you need a different legal entity to host this business owner, to keep it protected. If someone comes after it, that's all they'll be looking to get. They can't come after your other business. They can't come after you personally. So the second thing is, if you have different types of businesses, that you want to keep them separated. Hi, Diane. Hi, Miss Bennett. Long time. The last thing is tax savings, that you want legal entity for tax savings. And the tax savings that you get based on the legal entities that you pick is based on the type of income that you have, whether it's investment, regular income from running your business and so forth, or and tax savings also due to how you pay yourself in your business. So combining the type of income that your business generates, how you're paying yourself, and also how you can combine several entities under that one business. So this is if you have one business and you have different stream of income in that one business that maybe you can incorporate under a new legal entity if it's more tax efficient, and also if it helps the business with cash flow. Or, if you have some kind of international operations going on under that same business, then you also want to look at that option. So when it comes to legal entities, how are you, Diane? I am doing well. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Legal entity options that you have is, first, as I said, that we're just gonna disregard the sole proprietorship, and you're gonna go ahead and from this day onwards, you're gonna go ahead and form a legal entity. So there is gonna be no reporting as a sole proprietor. But anyways, so the options that you have to form a legal entity are LLC. That's the most basic form of legal entity. It's easy, it's quick. Everyone has an LLC, everyone does it. So LLC is the easiest form to get started. The rules are not as strict, so it's pretty easy to start an LLC. Unless you're in New York and California, a lot of states, the fees are pretty small for LLCs. The second is the S corporation. The S corporation do have for people that are new in business, and people that are just started making 100,000, people that are having a net profit anywhere from 100 to 200, and S corporation is great. It has a lot more restrictions than the LLC. It will, like for instance, you can only have 100 shareholders in your S corporation. You can't have like a foreign person in a S corporation. Everyone has to be US based if you want to have a S corporation. There's like W-2 requirement that you have to pay yourself on a W-2 if you're an owner, shareholder owner for S corporation. And also the next option is partnership. So a partnership can take two different forms. If you're an LLC and you have two persons in that LLC. So for instance, you and your husband both own a business, and you are the one who registered this company. So your default is a partnership. There are also other forms of partnership that you can go to your attorney, and based on the type of business that you're in, that you can say, I want to be, general partnership or a limited partnership. And there are different legal rules that goes with, being a general partnership or being a limited liability partner and so forth, that you will be able to go through to make sure that how you're running your business, what you're thinking and your income stream is going to fit that structure. Maniana say, how do I know if I should get an LLC or Inc? And can you please provide the best links to get them, please? So Maniana is going to be based on the state that you're in. Which state are you in? That's going to be based on what you register. And how do you know if you want to get an LLC or an Inc? Inc is more of a C corporation, and normally based on how much income is coming in for your business, you may want to stay away from the C corporation structure just because of double taxation. Based on what you're trying to do in your business, you know, are you looking for funding? Are you how are you, you know, getting money in the business and so forth will determine whether you want to do an LLC or an Inc. Is it, oh, you're in Florida. So if you're in Florida and you're not looking for, you know, any sort of investor funding and so forth, then you can go with an LLC. So you don't have to do an Inc. An Inc is a C corporation. And what the C corporation does, a lot of large companies, they are C corporation, they're shareholders, people, whether it's private or public, people can buy shares in a company. The shares are easily transferable from one person to another, whether it's public that's being traded on the, you know, the New York Stock Exchange, or private is not really traded, but it's owned by multiple shareholder who invest money into the business. So that's not the normal structure of a C corporation. As I said, a lot of larger company and mid-sized companies are C corporations, and a lot of people, a lot of foreigners who open like a US branch or something, they will operate as a C corporation just because of how the rules from being a foreign person works when you're opening a business here in the United States. So if none of those relates to you, or if you're not looking for, you know, funding, you know, if you're based on the type of business, then you want to stay a little away from a C corporation just due to double taxation. If you run your tax numbers and based on the type of shareholders that you need to have and the type of income that you're bringing in, and you check to make sure, you know, how much capital gains you're going to be getting from this C corporation, then it may be a fit for you. So it's never really a yes, no answer. But if you're a smaller business that's under, you know, the $500,000 mark in revenue, not revenue, in profit, you know, 500,000 profit, and you know, you're not looking to get additional outsider funding, you're not looking for a lot of equity funding, then you will, you know, just kind of stay away from a C corporation just due to the double taxation of that entity, that you want to stay away from it. The thing with larger corporations is that a lot of times the company is going to pay the tax, and then when the money goes to the shareholder in terms of dividends and so forth, then those shareholder will pay the tax. So if, you know, if I own shares, for example, in let's say Target, and whenever I get, you know, dividends based on my share ownership, I will pay the tax on it. Other than that, you won't. Other than that, if you're the owner and then you need to take a paycheck and so forth from your C corporation, then you'll be better off going with a S corporation. I see. Yeah, so you definitely want to go with the LLC, Maniana, since you're in coaching and consulting. And then for your Forex trading, you also want to have a separate legal entity for that as well. For, where was I? Okay. So when do you need a new legal entity? The big points to take away are legal protection, Protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. Don't have anyone coming after your personal assets. Don't have anyone coming after your home. Don't have anyone coming after your car. Don't let anyone coming after your vacation money or your bank account. So legal protection is key. The second thing is Carrie Ann Johnson. What's up, girl? The second thing is, if you're looking to move money around in a more tax efficient way, you can have one business and several legal entities under that one business based on what you're trying to accomplish, based on how much money you're making, and what that tax saving is going to look like. And the third thing is, if you own several different businesses, if you, like, for instance, Manyan, if you're in Forex trading and consulting, then you want to separate those two because there's different risks that comes with different line of businesses. So based on the business, risk profile, based on the type of insurance that you have to get to protect the business, like any type of liability insurance, then you want to keep it separate because you don't want one issue from one business to spill over on the others. And legal entities are also important to the IRS. So based on the legal entity that you pick, the IRS has their own rules to see how you basically abide by those rules and run your business. Like, for instance, if you're a C corporation and Inc. or a S corporation, you're required to have board meetings. Whether you're having by yourself and your admin, you're required to have board meetings and minutes. So if your S corporation or your C corporation get audited and they're asking for those things, those are some of the things that they're gonna look at. So let me know if you guys have any other questions on legal entities that does not have to do with any of the legal part. I am not an attorney, so I won't be able to answer any of the legal aspect if someone is suing you or something like that. But anyways, as I said, my new 4-week program for consultant financial bootcamp is starting off. It is starting September 4th, right after the Labor Day holiday. Maxine, how are you? So send me a message if you're interested. If you like the information that I'm sharing in this video and other videos, then have a more holistic program that's going to cover your profit margins, cash flow management, going to help to protect you and your business from IRS audits, going to give you a wealth of tax savings. So this is going to put you 10 years ahead of most business owners who pretty much are operating in the blind. So if you want a long-term financial strategy, this is a program for you. As I said, the only way to sign up is to send me a message. I want to make sure that you are a good fit. I want to make sure that I'm able to help as many persons that I can. So send me a message and I will provide more information and we can talk about it there. But anyways, I'm gonna leave so that you can enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hopefully you have something exciting planned. Seats are going fast in this program, so make sure that you send me a message if you're interested in signing up. Anyways, that's it for today. Have a wonderful Friday.